and a 2023 second round pick. Let's break it down. So right in front of us here is our Woj tweet. You can kind of see it looks like it's cut off just a little bit, so we'll scroll down a little bit here. Deal has been made. Celtics are sending Tristan Thompson to Atlanta for Chris Dunn and a 2023 second round pick, along with Bruno Fernando is also going to the Celtics. So why is this deal done? So in our Celtics offseason preview stream, we talked about how the Boston Celtics needed to get off to some money. So what is a contract here that looks like needs to be kind of taken away? Probably Tristan Thompson's. So Tristan Thompson's $9 million is swapped for Chris Dunn's $5 and Bruno Fernando's $1.7. So simple math tells 6.7 minus 9, little bit more cap room for the Celtics. Now, why are the Celtics doing this? Well, the reason is they're trying to get Evan Fournier to re-sign back with Boston. So the Celtics are saying to themselves, okay, so we need to move some money, similar to how the Utah Jazz earlier today had traded Derek Favors in order to open up more money so they could re-sign their own free agent, which is Mike Conley. Celtics are doing the exact same thing here, moving off a little bit money so they can re-sign their guy. And again, when they are going to be in the luxury tax, their penalty isn't so severe. So again, just a little minor move. Celtics get Chris Dunn, who just never was much in the NBA. I think did he start in Minnesota and then goes to Chicago and then goes to Atlanta, I think, just off the top of my head. So maybe he finds a little bit of footing. Celtics kind of needed a point guard a little bit, so it adds a little depth there. Bruno Fernando is a big that wasn't really used by Atlanta a whole lot. And for Atlanta, they get a center in Tristan Thompson who can play some minutes behind Clint Capella and can be a guy who can protect the rim a little bit. Not a guy who, we're all going to say, oh, he's their starting center. No, it's still Capella. But Capella is, definitely needs to have a relative, backup big with Okongwu to missing the first part of the season after his injury and his surgery that he had. So a win-win for both teams. Again, it's such a minor trade. We're not going to get into it too much, but that's kind of the basics of it. This is opening the door to a Evan Fournier re-sign for the Celtics. He's an unrestricted free agent that was traded from the Magic last season. And so they're going to try to bring him back as best as they can in order to, keep him long-term and make sure that they didn't just trade away the players and pieces that they sent to Orlando for nothing. So, and I think it was actually just the trade exception too. So, they want to keep Fournier. Bottom line, this is a move for the Celtics to keep Fournier while at the same time not having to face such a harsh penalty when they get into the luxury tax. Again, Atlanta on their end, Barry kind of mentioned them about how it's Tristan Thompson. They're going to add another center to their roster. Because you look at their roster, Gallinari, Bogdanovich, Hunter, Trae Young, Okongwu, Dunn, Reddish. Obviously, Dunn is gone, and Okongwu's injured. So they need kind of another big to get in there. And they obviously didn't believe in Fernando wasn't going to be able to do that, so they sent him to Boston. So Boston gets some nice young pieces, a little bit of depth, also creates a little bit of room for them. Could they... are Fernando and Dunn world changers? No, not really. They're just kind of depth pieces that are probably 10th, 11th guys on the roster. So yeah, maybe Dunn to get some time at the point guard position for Boston this year, and they still believe in him. But ultimately, solid trade for both teams. Opens up room for Boston. Atlanta gets some depth behind Capella to have a rim protector. Solid move both ways. No long-term issues here because, again, Tristan Thompson's an expiring contract. So is Chris Dunn. And then Fernando, maybe if Boston wants to try to keep him for the future, they can. But solid trade. Boston knows what they're doing. Atlanta knows kind of what they want. And a good trade for both teams. Again, we're getting breaking news as much as, as a lot, right? So we're going to be making more streams, doing more videos, talking about what happened in the NBA, and just providing quick pace, quick responses to all these moves that are happening. Again, we're going to have a busy weekend. We're going to hear a lot of rumors, a lot of Woj bombs that we'll analyze and kind of talk about what it means for both teams. feel free to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment on the video. Feel free to like it. You know, I'm trying to kind of build up a little small community here, just to followers, just to talk the NBA about the NBA. An important time for the NBA if you're a fan. So feel free to give us a follow, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be providing more videos as the days go by. So thank you so much, and again, join us again when we get some more news.